Hey boys and girls, welcome back to Fire Emblem Encore Tokyo Mirage Sessions. In the last episode, we actually got to meet the second chapter's main antagonist, also known as Mr. Horizawa, technically the world-renowned photographer. And for some reason, there is some kind of connection between Miss Maiko and Mr. Horizawa that we can find out based on how he kind of reacted with Miss Maiko in the last episode in general. And we also actually got to do the mid-boss of the illusory Shibuya, which was actually kind of cool. It was like a camera little boss, which was actually kind of cool. And in the last one, we actually got to this little section, and it looks like we got all the other models out of here. Although it looks like Miss Maiko is being used as some kind of major model here. And it looks like we're going to be getting ourselves right into a fight on accident, even though I really was just trying to talk to you guys for half a second, because I did kind of have to redo the intro a couple times to get it just right for you guys, to be honest. I'm trying to get you guys to have a nice intro for as many times as I can get it down. And also, I'm going to be honest, I just got finished with a school assignment, and honestly, I just need to sit down and play some video games, to be honest, and hang out with you guys, because I do not like giving speeches when I have to do a script for it, and honestly, I like going unscripted like I do for you guys, and doing script-based stuff is just really annoying, in my opinion, and kind of isn't my thing to do, honestly. If it was like I got to read and just read from a script, this is like you have to like remember everything and try and improv it when you have to write a script from beforehand, and then you have to try and remember it, and that's just not my way of doing things. It's always kind of weird just doing stuff like that, but I'm just glad that it's over. And also, school's been kind of rough lately because of, usually I have a Pell Grant for school, and I usually get funded for it, mostly due to, technically I'm not the richest person in the world, and if you know me in real life, you know about this already, but I'm just going to go into a little bit, but I'm not going to go into too much detail, but my funding got cut because of something really stupid, so I kind of had to go through some things that just, it really shouldn't have even have happened in the first place, all because of a tax return that made no sense, honestly. The floor is folded like a pipe. If we can open this, we should be able to get past it. But yeah, we ended up, me and my parents ended up moving to a new house, and due to the fact that we had to take a loan out, it ended up counting that on my mom's tax return, so it ended up making them think that we have more money than we actually have, so now I have to pay out of pocket for school, and right now we're trying to get it fixed, and honestly, it's just a big hassle. But that's basically what's going on in my life, but other than that, I've been having a pretty good time. I just wish that never happened, because it really shouldn't have, to be honest. But let's continue, and let's stop talking about the sad stuff, because honestly, it doesn't really bother me that much. It's just, I wish it really didn't happen to begin with. How do we get that one? Wait a minute. There's a treasure chest in the middle of the camera. Can you get that without getting caught in the camera? Oh, you actually can. Okay, cool. Obtain Performa Nightlife Glitz. Nightlife Glitz? Wait a minute, is that, one of the special ability ones that you can only find inside, dungeons? That's actually really good, actually. Although, first things first, that's way too many out of nowhere. Jeez, they were, like, piling on top of me for a second there. But actually, in the last episode, we were trying to figure out what the skeleton enemy was. I was actually right. So I was saying that it looks like the nickel-wise enemies that we fought in Illusory 106. And it's like a skeleton version of it, and I was actually right. Which was actually kind of cool to kind of guess that, because I honestly didn't even remember, to be honest. But another thing we did in between episodes is I actually did some training. Everyone's now level 25. And I actually got some more abilities that we can use, mostly because when we fought the Tarnished Miramaiden, we were actually underleveled, and we only won because of due to the poison ability from Toma, and although we don't have that anymore, it did very much save us for that fight, but I do hope that with the increased level, we should be fine for the next boss, honestly. Itsuki's soul as an entertainer has achieved a new awakening. Itsuki's inspiration has taken the form as a new performer, Stalwart Guard. I believe that gives you a, I think you can dodge more often. I believe it's, it gives you evasiveness to, lances, if I remember correctly. Because it's one that I can actually read on Tiki's little list right now. If I were to go back to her right now. So let's see here. I don't think there's anything over here. We're going to stay away from the enemies as much as possible, since I don't think we need to be fighting, like, back-to-back, honestly. Also because I think we're pretty good on experience right now. We just need to find one thing, and that is the lock for the red photograph here. Although we don't exactly know where it is right at this very moment. It's going to be hiding somewhere we haven't been, though. That's the only thing I can really tell from here. I think it might be up on top of this over here. Although, of course, we got into another fight. Okay, let's see here. Some skeletons and a cleric. Clerics are typically not too much of a problem, as long as there's not multiple of them, and we don't have too many people that are weak to them on the field, that is. Although, we're not using Toma at the moment, I technically should be, because, I'll be honest, what do you call it, Kyrium, although she is good, she's kind of missing a couple of her, session abilities, and technically the skeleton enemies don't really fear her that much, to be honest, because she really doesn't have anything that's weak to them, and we don't have any session skills for the abilities that are weak that she has. And also, I don't think you can get a session for flex abilities, like dark magic or special magic. So honestly, I don't think you can really do much with what she has for right now, that is. Let's unlock the little red photograph now, since we already did the blue photograph earlier. This should open up the other ones, though, that are on the field, so now we can actually progress to a lot farther into here. Okay, so now that we have that done, let's actually check out what's going up over here, because this looks kind of fancy, I think. And it's definitely infested with the mirages that keep wanting to attack us. Let's see here. Found consumable item, smoke machine. I have way too many of those. Thank you, though, I guess. I kind of bought, like, a bunch of those, honestly, just so I don't have to deal with, too many of the savage enemies. Because savage enemies, you want to fight, you want to fight them, but you don't want to fight them at the same time. Because if you fight too many of them, you're going to get, to a point where you won't be able to technically take them on, because they're always going to be either higher level than you, or they're going to have a lot stronger abilities than you're going to be able to deal with at the certain time that you're dealing with them, and that is actually really unfortunate. I didn't see the camera, and we got swarmed by those guys out of nowhere there. Okay, but we can easily get back there, though. It's not too far away, since we did open up the shortcut over here. Actually, you know what? We're going to actually use a skill here, so we don't have to deal with them as much. We do have these, and we might as well use it. So if we use a stoma, we can actually lower the amount of enemies that spawn, as long as they're lower level than us. So we should be able to walk around a little bit just kind of freely, because being attacked every 2 seconds is actually kind of hard when you're trying to traverse a puzzle like this, because you do have to worry about the cameras every now and again, and you need to be making sure you're walking in the right ways, because if you don't, you're going to be doing some pretty weird stuff, honestly. Okay, let's see here. No ghost over here, or mirages, thankfully not. What's up these stairs? Did we actually go up here? I don't think we did. No, we actually haven't, actually. Oh no, that's the one with the camera, never mind. We have been over here. Go around the camera. And thankfully the stoma is actually working, because none of the enemies are actually spawning now. Anything else we need to be looking around here for? I believe there's a treasure chest in this location. If we look hard enough, that is. Oh, hello, actually stronger enemy. Okay, let's see here. I'm just making sure we're not leaving anything important, because there is actually hidden performas in these dungeons. Soma Droplet, what is that? Oh, I believe, actually, I think I know what that is. That heals you and also gives you magic power back, which is actually not bad at all, honestly. What's behind this camera? Anything important? Actually, it might... Oh, actually, it is important. If we go around both these two cameras, I actually see the door where we're going to, which should be the end of this dungeon, actually. Turn on the warp portal so we can teleport back here so we don't have to go through the maze that is this place in general. And, you know what? Let's make our way through the door, and let's go see what Mr. Horizawa is actually up to. Oh, wait a minute. Before we actually go through there, I actually forgot to do this with the Tarnished Mirror Maiden fight. We're actually going to save first. So let's do a nice save. And I think we're ready to actually get into the fight. So, I sense a dangerous presence beyond the door. What should I do? Proceed with caution, actually. Okay, the central square. And a lot more of the Maiko pictures. It's actually kind of creepy, because we know that these are taken in this realm, and based on how we saw the other ones, they were kind of just propped up like dolls, basically. And I'm pretty sure that's what's happening with Miss Maiko right now. And I was right. He's doing the same thing as he was doing with the other models, but this time with Miss Maiko. So we do know that this guy was Maiko's original photographer when she was actually a model. Although she's not a model anymore, this was actually her first, like, photographer, and I guess probably her last, actually, because she only talked so little about it, so we don't really know much about her modeling career. Although, basically, it sounds like it was short, though. Stop, what are you doing? Isn't it obvious it's a photo shoot? Yeah, I guess it is pretty obvious. Just as I thought, you Maiko. You alone are worthy of my art. This photo shoot's over. Now, let go of Miss Maiko. Honestly, yeah, you creep. You Tsubasa Ribe. I get it now, you're Miss Maiko's production office. You're here to steal away my muse. Technically, yes. Ugh. Wait, what did he just do? Chrome? Chrome, what's wrong? Saida, Keita. No, she's not responding. Oh, no, that's not good. We have to fall back. We can't fight without our Carnage forms. True, we don't even have our weapons without them. Yeah. You dare drop a job after just one little mistake. Models these days, do you want everything served up on a silver platter? What are you talking about? I'm talking to you, Tsubasa Ribe. Yes, sir. You know, when I heard you were from Maiko's agency, I had such high hopes for you. You did? I thought if anyone truly understands what it takes to be a model, unlike the amateurs, it would be someone from Maiko's office. What exactly are you talking about? I guess we did hear that he got mad, and he left the office mad, but I still don't understand why he was mad at Tsubasa so much. I guess we're about to find out, though. But look at you, you're no different from the frauds in the end. You have no respect or desire for art. I don't need these talentless idols. Has Maiko gone blind? Jeez, a little harsh, aren't you, buddy? You're right, I'm just an amateur, and maybe I can't get anything right. I understand you're angry, but it's my fault alone, not Miss Maiko's. True, honestly. What? Miss Maiko isn't blind. And I'm going to prove it to you. Going to groove it. Close enough, honestly. I mean, I'll show you what I can really do. Ugh, dumb amateurs. You talk the talk, but if you want to impress me, you'll have to walk the walk. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. Wait, did he get rid of all of us, or just Tsubasa? Ugh, now that was a waste of my time. I told you before. You're the only one that can be my muse, Maiko. Okay, creep. Just gonna be honest, you're just a creep. So, what do you do with us? Oh, I guess we're just being sent back out of the idolosphere entirely. Huh. Wait, what am I hearing in the background? Is that cheering? Itsuki, where what? I guess that means we aren't ready. Wait, where's Chrome? Don't worry. We're all right. It looks like that man's camera has power to steal away a Mirage's power temporarily. That's going to be an issue. Honestly, it really is. Itsuki, look! What is it? Yeah, they're cheering. Look at all the people, they're all heading that way. I wonder what's going on. Huh. Yashihiro Tsurugi's live concert. Oh right, I totally forgot it was today. After all the other stuff. Wait, that's weird. The city's under the effect of the Mirages, but this place seems so lively. Why is that? You'll know once you see it. What do you mean by that? Huh? But we shouldn't be going to see a concert at a time like this. It's because it's a time like this that we should remember. You're Mirage Masters now. There's definitely something you can learn from a first-class artist. I see. You have your tickets, right? Come on. Okay. Let's go see what's going on with this concert. I believe it's going to be another music video, so I'm actually going to be... Yep, it definitely is. Okay, I'll be right back, boys and girls. Have a fun one. Okay, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the little live concert from Yashihiro Tsurugi. But as of that, let's continue on with our story, because I believe that's going to be important in a very short amount of time, honestly. But let's continue though. Well, Yashihiro Tsurugi's concert was amazing. He's the real deal. You could say he's one of the few true artists in the field. Honestly, he was pretty good, I'll be honest. Take a look around. Okay, we'll take a look around. It looks like the crowd is very, very hyped for what he just did, honestly. I feel like my weathered soul has been healed. The world's never looked so bright. Wow, Shibuya's still dark, but all his fans seem fine. Honestly, they do. And although he is very, very, aggressive when it comes to his nature and how we've met him so far, he definitely is a really good artist, let's be honest. And he definitely did notice us in the crowd. I guess we do have a very, 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 very noticeable face. Huh. A truly incredible performance can enthrall an audience. no matter the situation. This is the same thing Horizawa was talking about. You understand, Tsubasa? Huh? Oh. Performing live or posing as a model. They're different, but they both demand the same thing, captivating your audience. I guess that makes sense. Captivating my audience, though, through performing in photos. What you need is an idea of how you want to present yourself. A clear vision of what you want to do. Vision? She actually said it like vision, which honestly I didn't even have to say it to be honest at that point. But I kind of like how she said it, so I said it like she did. I think she means you need to know what you want your pictures, your work, to express. What I want to express? What kind of pictures I want? Well, can you think of anything that you would want from your pictures? Slash, what you're doing in general? Ooh, we got a topic from Tiki. So let's see here. Let's look at our main story here. Big brother, are you guys back in the real Shibuya now? Could you come back to the office? There's someone here in Fortuna office. I wonder who it is. I don't think I've ever met this person before. That's weird. I wonder who could be in Shibuya right now. Or not Shibuya, Fortuna Entertainment's office. Could it be someone that technically works for them? Oh, well, that could be it. What is he doing here? Oh, it's Suki. Oh, you. I see. You are a member of Fortuna Entertainment. What is he doing here? I'd say I'm still in training. What brings you to our office, Mr. Hanaka? Yeah, what are you doing here? Your president called me over to discuss something. She said she wanted to discuss a new marketing strategy for, let's see, Tsubasa Oribe, was it? For me? Wonder what it was. Yep, that's right. So any idea when Miss Shimazaki will be back in the office? She's busy at the moment. She might not be back for a while. Really? I opened up my schedule just for this. Well, that's a downer. I guess another one of her meetings must be dragging on long for something. She's in a meeting with Nobu Horizawa. Ah, a rendezvous with Mr. Horizawa. Well, I didn't expect the two of them to be still in contact. Really? I was convinced that after she retired from their career, their relationship was over too. I mean, considering everything. What do you mean? Yeah, what do you mean? The two of them used to be a pretty famous duo in the modeling world. Huh? Really? We didn't know anything about this. All we knew is that she worked for him. Really? Oh well, I guess you might be too young to know about it. Well, I feel a lot older all of a sudden. So, that means you've never heard of My Complex, then? My Complex? My Complex? It's a photo book featuring Miss Shimazaki. It was released right after she started branching out from the modeling work into other parts of the entertainment business. Her smile, her pose, all of it was filled with this charm, this coquettish NY. She enthralled the men of Japan. Why, take that photo book ended up having a huge impact on the fashion industry at the time anyway. And her photographer was none other than Mr. Horizawa. I'll skip the gory details. They were a great duo, but there was rumors that their relationship was more than professional. Based on how Miss Maiko acts, honestly I can see that one. That caused some problems for both of them, and their reputation in the industry suffered for it. I had no idea. Honestly, same. Well, if Miss Shimazaki isn't here, there's not much I can do. I'd better get running to my next appointment. I'll see you around. Okay, see you later, Mr. Hanaka. He's pretty cool, honestly, although very strange in some ways. So, Horizawa and Miss Maiko knew each other. I didn't know about this earlier. Why don't we try looking for some photos of Miss Maiko from when she was a model. Her photos. The only person Nobuo Horizawa considers worthy of photography is Maiko. So if we take a look at Maiko's old photos, maybe we'll find some kind of clue. You're right, something Miss Maiko has, when Tsubasa doesn't. There must be some kind of hint in those photos. Exactly. Let's split up and look for that photo book Hadanaka mentioned. We can definitely take a look, although I'm not entirely sure what the thing could be that would be the problem. Maybe it's somewhere in all these files. It's definitely gotta be in here, right? It's definitely a messy place, and there's only so many places it could be. Although Miss Maiko does not keep a, nice and... let's just say she doesn't keep upkeep on just how everything is positioned here, and she definitely needs to do some spring cleaning around here, honestly. My complex. This must be the photo book Mr. Hatanaka was talking about. Obtained key item. Maiko's photo book. Wow, my heart is pounding just looking at this. What's going on in it? This is a real professional's work. Both model and photographer are expressing themselves and they won't settle for less. Toma, don't get any wrong ideas, please. Are you getting any inspiration? Toma seems way too enthralled in what's going on in the pages. I did notice something in every single one of these photos. Miss Maiko looks so relaxed. Toma, can I take a closer look at my complex? Itsuki's technically holding it. Why are you talking to Toma? Huh? Oh, whoa, yeah, sure. Toma, stop looking at it, please. What? Hey, come on, I can't help it. No guy could resist this. Especially look right there. It's like I'm getting a glimpse into her private life, like the kind of intimate look she'd only show her boyfriend. Oh, man. Toma, get away from the book, please. This is the weirdest thing. I understand that it's Miss Maiko on these pages, but, I mean, I'm getting a little too excited, huh? Honestly, yeah. Yeah. Honestly, please get away from the photo book, please, Toma. Yeah, okay. I know what that laugh means. Anyway, I think it means Miss Maiko and Mr. Horizawa were totally in sync about what they wanted to express. Honestly, it would make sense. That's why Miss Maiko trusted him so completely, and how he took pictures that were so breathtaking. And me, I was just embarrassed about the whole thing. I just did what I was told, hoping it'd be over quicker. No wonder he was angry with me. What I did was disrespectful to the staff at the shoot, and everyone who sees my photos. That's what I learned from my complex. I'm not going to run away from having my picture taken anymore. I have to face my camera and my audience head on. Looks like you got what you wanted to do now. I see. Yeah, I think that's more like you, Tsubasa. So, Itsuki, I have a little favor to ask. I have some poses I was kind of thinking about, and I want a guy's opinion. Sure. As long as you're okay with my input. What kind of poses do you want to do? I don't think it's about execution or technique. What's important is how you express your soul. Honestly, that sounds about right. Got it, Itsuki. Maybe a little more if you had a hint of nervousness and shyness in your facial expression. Like this? Perfect. That's great, but I think you can do better. Try a little more cheerfulness and anticipation in your pose. Kinda wish we could see it. Okay, I'll try it. A little more cuteness, but still passionate. Yeah, I think this is it. Oh, it looks like it actually worked. So we're actually breathing new life into herself as being an idol, so now that with the new performer, we should be able to master, or at least technically master, what she wants to learn. And based on how these have worked so far, we're definitely getting to probably getting more into how she wants to take her photos and get better as an artist altogether. Sorry for the cut there, I actually really needed something to drink, so I had to take a pause there and grab something to drink, honestly. So let's continue on with our story though. But yeah, based on what I was saying before, she definitely needs the extra help from these little Performa orbs, because they definitely help her progress as an idol. Tsubasa Aribe's soul as an entertainer has achieved a new awakening. Tsubasa's inspiration has taken the form as a new Performa, as you see me. A Performa! You did it, Tsubasa. Well done. I think with that, you can finally prove yourself to Horizawa. I honestly hope that's how you say that, to be honest. I keep calling him Horizawa, but I think it's supposed to be Horizawa. I think that's how you're supposed to say it, but honestly, I'm just going based on how it sounds to me, but I'm probably going to end up just calling him that anyways, even if I know how to say it. But let's continue here. So we know what to do. We need to actually go to Tiki here. So let's check out our unities, because we do need to actually put hers on first, but let's see what we actually got for Itsuki based on our level up. Enemies have a harder time getting a surprise attack on you at the start of battle. That's pretty good. And then we also got this as well. Unyielding Lord. Increases evade against Lance Affinity attacks. That's actually really good. Let's throw that on real quick, because due to the fact that Itsuki is a swordsman, he really does need to be worrying about that kind of stuff. So let's make sure he has that, and let's go put on Feel My Soul. Grants Tsubasa the courage to show who she truly is. Increases success rate of afflicting enemies with charm. Not bad actually. Although I'm not sure if we'll actually use anything with charm. I do think it would be a good, good thing to have, honestly. Well, let's skip through this since we have already seen that before. New Radiant skill, Feel My Soul, has been realized. Okay. Although, I'm not sure how we're gonna get through to Horizawa. We're definitely gonna need to figure out something. I'm sure you can convince Mr. Horizawa with this, right? Yes, I believe you can. You did your utmost to reach this point, Tsubasa. I know you can succeed. Yeah, I'm going to do it. With this pose that Itsuki and I came up with. I'm going to save Miss Maiko. We can at least try. That's the spirit, Tsubasa. Yeah, it's definitely the spirit. Hopefully this does get through to him, because if it does, that means we can actually save him from the possession that he's under. Because he's definitely possessed by some kind of Mirage, we just don't know which kind. And also, since we're here, we're definitely gonna be healing ourselves real quick, because it would be nice to just get our magic power back, for sure, in general. And also, it gives us our health back as well, so it makes it a little bit easier, because then we don't have to use any of our items, and it's only 160 coins. So honestly, it's not too much of a hassle to do all that. So let's get inside the Adolosphere, and we can actually just teleport right to the end of this place now. I hope we're ready, because I don't know if we have the right weapons for this, but we are level 25, and that did say that was the minimum level for this. Because I wanted to make sure I was at a decent level for this battle. And I wanted to make sure that we were ready for this whenever we did get to it. Although I want to check out Topic to make sure if there's any... Yep, there was main story stuff. You did it, Tsubasa. With that performance, I'm sure you can learn a whole new technique. We got that unity, no problem. We ought to get back to Luxury Shibuya before Miss Maiko gets tired of waiting for us. Here I go. Actually, I didn't even have to read that, honestly, because we basically just did all that and we're already here anyways, but let's do a save, because we did go through all that story, and we also have to kind of worry about the boss kind of knocking us out, and us having to restart from the very beginning of the episode if I don't save. So, let's make sure that doesn't happen, and let's actually head in and see what's going on here. Who do we use here? Should we use this team, or should we use Toma? I have a feeling we should use Toma in one of them, so let's see here. Let's figure out who we want to use. I feel like Toma would be better, due to the fact that Toma is stronger than in the terms of defense. Because I don't know if this guy's going to be a magic user or not. You know what? We're gonna go him because he's our strongest unit. And I feel like that's a safer bet than using Tsubasa, because Tsubasa's our healer. And although Tsubasa is strong in her own right, I do feel like Kiria is much better when it comes to dealing magic damage, since Tsubasa's more of a magic dealer as well. And she's our only healer. Technically our only healer, but our main character, Itsuki, does have Dia as well, which is a healing ability. But I think we'll be fine, honestly.
So you came crawling back. I'm warning you, I'm not a man to forgive a half-assed work. Disappoint me and you're out.
Yes, I understand Tsubasa Aribe's taking the stage.
Okay, Tsubasa, try your best. Ooh! That's a new costume. I honestly like it. Huh. I honestly hope we can use that, because that's actually a really cool costume.
Both Itsuki and I worked to come up with this pose. I'm going to work. This is the best performance I can give.
Seems like she's actually doing pretty good. That's not a bad pose. Although that's not something special, though, to be honest.
This is marvelous. I can see it. She's going on her first date with the boy of her dreams, and she wants to go all out for him. Street chick, full of energy and joy. Her smile with a hint of bashfulness is the perfect harmony. Seductive without being direct or explicit. That perfect balance, that genuine feel of teen romance. This is Tsubasa Aribe.
A little much, honestly, but sure.
That's right. I may not know what makes the best picture, but I'm going to do it this way, my way.
Yes, this is what I wanted. This is exactly the photo I wanted to take.
Seems like it's working, I think.
Yes, this is the greatest shots ever.
You fine, buddy? Oh, that's a scary looking Mirage if I've ever seen one.
What the hell was that wench? Look at the gaudy trash you have on. Aren't you ashamed of yourself?
Wait, Gangrel? Wait, isn't Gangrel... Oh, he's the Mad King from Awakening, isn't he? Oh, that's kind of cool. So technically the first main villain / main antagonist of Awakening is Gangrel. Although there's multiple main antagonists of Awakening, he's definitely the first one that you get into. Also known as the Plegian King, also known as the Mad King. And definitely one of the more aggressive villains in the story. And definitely one of the most redeemed villains in the story as well, because of his after story. Because he actually becomes like Robin, and where he goes into him, he becomes an amnesiac and he actually forgives himself for what he has done throughout the story. Although he's technically more of a afterthought character because it was after the main story, so technically it's not really a spoiler. It's more of a thing that if you do it, you'll actually learn about him. Because it was after the game came out, and it was through some updates, I believe, is how his story was added. But, yeah, Gangrel's definitely one of my favorite villain characters, due to the fact that he had a very good progression when it came to how just... He turned from this very, very bad character, not like bad in the sense of he had a bad story, but bad in the sense of he was a horrible, horrible villain. And the things that he did throughout his time on the field, he definitely was someone that actually showed himself to be a very major force when it came to the story itself. But let's enough talk about Fire Emblem Awakening and my favorite of the Fire Emblem series. I'll start getting back into what we were supposed to be into in the actual boss fight here.
No, I'm not embarrassed because I want to show everyone the best at me I can possibly can.
She's right. And you don't have a single ounce of artistic taste in you, so be quiet. Pardon me while I vomit. Is that all it takes to win you over, Horizawa? Some vapid, doe-eyed strumpet? Is that all you've wanted? True, her technique is still lacking. But her poses have heart. She has spirit, and that's all that matters in the beginning.
Isn't that still an amateur, though? Wasn't that what you were mad about?
Well, I'm heartbroken. Truly that is all you're good for. You're a pathetic excuse for man. And you are a Philistine. You have no appreciation for the art of photography.
Honestly, I'm surprised he was able to get a hold of Horizawa if they both have conflicting ideals.
I won't let an artless creature like you get a hold of me.
I didn't get to read that one. That one actually went by itself, and I didn't even press anything for that to happen.
Itsuki, this might be our only chance. I think we can separate that Mirage from the photographer.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. Yeah, let's definitely separate the two of them, because they're definitely not needing to be connected anymore.
You maggots!
You maggots indeed. You call me a maggot. You're far from the good kind of things that you're trying to say, honestly.
Get out of my way, you trash!
Who you calling trash, buddy? You're the villain here. We're the heroes. We're supposed to be far from that. Okay. Well, let's get into the field of battle, shall we? This is the first time we've seen this in a... Actually, yeah, this is the first time we've seen this in general. What the? Strange. That's weird. Okay, let's see here. It's just him by himself for now. But... honestly, let's go full throttle since we do have an SP gauge. And it does give us a weakness to start out with. And we can kind of figure out what his patterns are and what he's weak to just by using full throttle here, because we'll be using a bunch of different session skills due to using this in general. So let's see if we can figure out any kind of his weaknesses. So we found some kind of things. We found one thing he's weak to, and I think it's ice.
Ugh, pathetic, all of you.
Pathetic, you say? Reversal of fortunes. Huh? Reinforcements have arrived and Gangrel continues to attack.
Hurry it up. You can't take a hit, you worthless.
Shield me. What are you doing? Huh? I'm guessing if we attack him directly, we won't be able to actually attack him directly. So we do need to figure out how to get him off the field. Let's go for his Bulwark Mirror Maiden, so since this guy's gonna attack first in the first place. So let's get him out of here first. Because I have a feeling that he's being blocked by his actual reinforcements entirely. And they'll actually stop him from being attacked in the first place. Although we won't be able to do massive amount of damage, we'll definitely be able to at least do something here. Okay, let's see here. Let's go for... this guy's weak to... oh no, he isn't. Okay, let's see here. We need to find something here. We need to get him off the field. That's what we need to do. Wait, if we go for the one that actually Mabufu that does a light magic on everyone for ice type, I think we can actually deal with Gangrel and also attack everyone at the same time. So let's try this. Let's use that and see what happens. Yeah, it seems like we could still attack him even though he's being he's deflecting everything. So that's actually really good. Dire Slice. Ow! 176 damages. Definitely bad. And he attacks twice too. Although Toma takes a lot less damage because he has a lot more defense than Itsuki does, but that's definitely scary. Okay, let's see here. So we can do Javelin Rain, which is a medium lance attack on every enemy. And it does attack everyone, so you know what? Let's go for Gangrel, since that will allow us to attack him directly as well. And it also attacks the other enemies as well, which is actually really good. Okay, let's see here. One of the other enemies is off the field now, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. But we do have to deal with these barbarians again. So we do know that they're axe wielders, so we can attack them directly with our Fatal Sword. So let's make sure to do that. Let's get rid of one of these at least. Okay, and we can also get an overkill on one of them. Hopefully it's actually one-shotting it. Okay, there's only one left on the field now. And I think if we use Mabufu, I think we'll be able to get rid of him. Although I'm not entirely sure. You know what? Go for Bafulu, which is the medium version of it. And I believe that will get rid of the little axe wielder here. Okay, he's off the field now, so now it's just Gangrel by himself. and he won't be able to session if he gets any kind of weak attacks. Strobe Pulse. What's that? He did something to us. Seal. When you're afflicted with the status ailment Seal, you will be unable to use your skills. The cast member's abilities will also be weakened. He or she will be unable to participate in sessions. This effect may heal over time, but remember that if an ally is sealed, he or she will remain in that state after the battle ends. Oh, that's not good at all. Although only one of us got affected with it, and it's Toma, so we can actually stop him from doing that. So the first thing we want to do, let's actually get rid of that. So I actually bought some of these little curing items, just in case if we run into any of that, since this is the only way we're going to be doing that, since we don't really have any abilities to get rid of any of this, and honestly, just having one ability for that isn't really worth it, so let's see here. What do we want to do here? Do we just want to full throttle him? Honestly, I think that would be a good idea. But honestly, I think if we do the Deep Freeze version, which is Kiria's version of the ability, I think it will do extra damage because he's actually weak to it. So let's go for do we actually have something? Okay, we have Assault Drive. Okay, let's use Assault Dive instead, since it's the same damage, but it's less magic power to use. Although we did miss, though. That's actually unfortunate. But yeah, let's use Deep Chill. Magic Ice delivers 2 to 8 light attacks to hit random enemies. Number of hits are determined by skill, special performance. This is the first time we've actually used this, so let's see how this works. I think it won't be that bad, honestly, because if it attacks him 8 times, that's actually really good, because he is weak to ice-type attacks in general, so let's see how much damage that does. Oh, it only did 2. Okay, so it's a max amount of 2 attacks. Although that's not bad. It did do some decent damage, but I feel like full throttle would have been a lot better on him. We do know that he's not weak to sword, so we shouldn't even try. What do I want to do here? Let's lower his offense so he doesn't do as much damage. So Fangbreaker will lower his offense for a little bit. Reversal of Fortunes, it looks like he's spawning his little allies again. Which isn't bad, because we were able to deal with them earlier. He's doing his Shield Me ability again. Although we found out that he really can't block us since we have our other attacks. Which is actually really good. Okay, let's go for Gangrel since we already know that we're going to be able to go full out with our attacks. Let's see here. Javelin Rain's the right one, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure we were using the one that attacks everyone. Since if we can attack everyone on the field, that's actually really good for us. Okay. We want to do what we did last time as well for the light attack on Mabufu on everyone, since the ice damage is definitely something good here. Let's just go for Gangrel again, since we want to try and attack him as much as possible, since we don't want him to just have full health bar the entire time while we're trying to do things. Okay, so far so good. Now we just need to figure out what to do here, since he does have a lot of people on the field still. Okay. Let's deal with his Bulwark Mirror Maiden. Is that enough damage, though? I don't know if that's enough damage to deal with him. Sure, let's do it. Oop, I went for the wrong one, actually. I was gonna attack his Mirror Maiden, but you know what? Actually, we got rid of Gangrel, actually, instead. I didn't think that was actually gonna one and done him right there, honestly, to be honest. I thought the Mirror Maiden was actually gonna be him and the Mirror Maiden were gonna live from that, and we were gonna get kind of sessioned on. Because once they actually do kind of combo off of each other, due to the fact that it is a boss, you do not want a boss sessioning on you. Because due to the fact that how many people are on the field, you're going to be hit by 5 different people at the same time. So we actually got really lucky there. And we were actually on the minimum requirement for experience on this. So actually we did this pretty well, honestly, with the amount of training we did. We really didn't do too much training for this, if I'm going to be honest. We also got Eyes on Me, and we also got another stage rank for Toma as well. Let's see what he gets. If you progress further in the main story, a new side story will be available for Toma Akagi. Ooh, we can progress more with his little story with him trying to be a hero. That's definitely going to be a fun thing for the near future. Although I don't think we're going to be able to do that in the intermission, though. But let's continue though. Miss Maiko. Seems like Gangrel's powers are fading entirely.
Everyone.
It looks like she's doing fine now, that's for sure. Whew, that was definitely scary. I was kind of worrying that his little minions were going to session off me. And because we had all those abilities that allowed us to attack everyone on the field, it definitely saved us from some definitely scary combos. Because I've fought him before without having those kinds of abilities, and he definitely did do a lot more damage to me than you saw there, to be honest. And I think I was higher level too when I did that, and I had a harder time with that. I think maybe my my levels were actually good as well. I think we got better stat increases than I had before as well. Because I think that's random, honestly. Just like Fire Emblem.
Thank you, I guess you all saved me, huh? Actually, Miss Maiko, I think you're the one that saved me. If it wasn't for your photo book, I don't know if I could have gotten through this. After I saw your photos, I realized something was very important. Photo book? Are you talking about my complex?
Yep, she is, actually.
Yes, thanks to that, I found an answer on my own. Is that so? Well, I'm glad it came in handy for you, Tsubasa.
It looks like Horizawa is no longer possessed anymore, which is really good. Also, I still wonder what's going on with his eye. Like, he had that scar to begin with, and then he got more scars due to the possession. But I wonder why he has that to begin with. I don't think it'll ever explain it, though. Unless it will. You never know, maybe there's a side story for him.
Maiko.
Nobu.
And Oribe.
Yes?
I know there was something wrong with me, and it was you that helped me open my eyes, what I had been doing. I want to thank you. There was a part of me that felt like all idols were worthless, but you healed my clouded judgment.
No problem.
There's still people who know what it means to be a model, and I have my art back. Let's take wonderful pictures together.
Yes, sir. It'll apply measure.
You need to work on that, Tsubasa. Well, I hope she does good with her photo shoots, because, honestly, I'm not sure how she's gonna do with that, since we already know that she's pretty shy to begin with. Wait, who's that on the right?
Thank y'all for coming.
Looks like she's definitely gained a crown because of all this. It looks like Maiko's back in the modeling business as well.
That's great, Oribe.
Honestly, that is a really cool costume, though. I really do. I think that is a costume you can use. I think I will actually throw that onto Tsubasa, honestly, because that's actually some really cool colors, and that's actually one of my favorite color schemes, to be honest, in general. Because I really like the neon colors when it comes to any kind of costume. I'm really into black and blues, honestly, I'll be honest.
So, what did you think, Itsuki? Did I do okay in the shoots?
I felt like I saw the real you. Let's do this one to kind of poke fun at Tsubasa a little bit, because, let's be honest, Itsuki's a blockhead, let's be honest. I thought I might be falling for you. Let's see what she says with that. I can understand now why Tomo was so into the photo book.
Falling for me? What's gotten into you all of a sudden?
See, that's why I wanted to do it. I think I understand what Kiria meant when she talked about a performance that can captivate a viewer. I'm sure these pictures you just took will capture the hearts of your fans, Tsubasa.
Oh.
See, that's why I said he was a blockhead. He doesn't even understand what he just said. What's wrong?
Nothing. Anyway, it was thanks to you that I managed to get this far, Tsuki. So, thank you. Thank you.
Sorry for the voice cracks, I'll be honest. I'm still trying to get my mind off of my whole school thing, to be honest. Who are you?
I just got back from the country, and they've already got a job lined up for me. It's tough being high in demand. What's the problem? Something on my face.
Huh? Oh, no? Why are you talking to me, honestly?
Whatever, bye. I have to go pack up for the day.
Okay. That girl really stands out. Honestly, true. She does have a model, so that makes sense why she stands out. Usually the people with the models are the kind of important characters. Although there's important side characters and just random characters that do have models themselves. But that was weird, though.
I'm glad the photo shoot was a success. Like, all your hard work paid off, Tsubasa.
Yeah, it does seem that way.
Oh my gosh, what do I do? It's Suki Curious complimenting me.
Just say thank you.
Then again, maybe some things aren't going to change. Huh? I'm looking forward to seeing you improve even more. Yes ma'am. Thank you very much.
She messed that up actually, I didn't even notice. I never would have guessed from how you act, Kiria, but you really do care a lot about other people. Wow, you didn't have to say it like that.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But this attack on Shibuya was a lot more drastic than the attack on 106.
True.
And the enemies are slowly getting stronger, too. This could be bad. I know what you mean, Kiria. If we can't find a way to fight back, the attacks might get to be more than we can handle. Our best shot is to take down the root of all this, the enemy Mirages that's commanding all of them. The problem is how exactly are we going to find this leader?
First of all, do we know what kind of person we're up against? No. Obviously.
Well, not quite, Itsuki. The leader's bound to be a Mirage, not a human.
Right. But what I mean is, if this Mirage leader is possessing someone, what kind of person would it possess?
Well, if we're talking about the boss of all my enemies, it'd probably possess a powerful figure in the industry. Huh. That's it. All the powerful Mirages that were involved in the incidents have been directly possessing humans. I was imagining someone more like Tiki, but if they're actively plotting against us, they need a body in our world.
True.
So the enemy leader would possess someone influential enough in the entertainment that they could afford Nobu's time. No, that doesn't get us very far actually. There'd still be way too many possibilities.
True. There's way too many major figures in Tokyo in general. It could be a major, like, I don't know, mob boss or Yakuza for all we know. Literally, it could be anything. I don't think we'll have to search every single one of them. True, honestly. There's gotta be a way to kind of deduce what it could be.
What do you mean?
His personality should be different. We know the general time period. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I think we can figure it based on the time of when it happened. Mr. Horizawa's personality changed after being possessed by a Mirage. We just need to figure out when that happened.
That's true. We could definitely narrow down our candidates that way. Nice thinking, Itsuki.
Honestly, that was a good idea.
Alright, time to put on all my connections to good use. Oh, but first, she should be here any minute now.
She? Who are you talking about? Oh, her. Oh, hello.
Oh, did I keep you waiting? Well, I'm back now. A true Hollywood-style homecoming.
Hollywood style?
Sounded like things were getting hectic over here. So I took care of my work in the countryside and hurried back. Welcome back, Ellie. This is Eleonora Yumizuru. She's a Mirage Master like you all, and she's also a young actress with Fortuna Entertainment.
I'll be honest, I actually do know who this is, because I did hint at it for a while, and this is actually the Archer character, and that's all I'm going to go into because we haven't seen her Mirage yet, and we will be seeing it at the very end of this episode very soon, so I will be going into, should be able to see it as long as we go into Tiki's room. So, let's talk to her a little bit, though. You're that girl from the photo shoot.
That's right. I'm a rising star right now. But I'll be at the top of the Hollywood soon enough.
Why are you talking about Hollywood? We're in Tokyo.
Wait, you were at this shoot too? I didn't know you were with Fortuna.
I'm a new Mirage Master here. My name's Itsuki Aoi. It's nice to meet you.
A new master, huh? And what exactly are you aiming to be?
I haven't really figured that out yet. I don't really know if I'm good at anything.
Jeez. So you really are just a total newbie here. Well, if you ever need anything, just come in to me for help.
Okay, sure.
Experienced veterans have to show the newbies how everything works. That's all how it works in Hollywood.
Wait, really? Honestly, I thought the big times kind of just walked all over the newbies. That's kind of how it sounds like in normal Hollywood, but sure, we'll go with what you just said. Yeah, Hollywood and everyone else. So, Eleonora.
Just Ellie's fine. Everyone calls me that. It sounds way more Hollywood.
Sounds Hollywood?
Exactly, so what's up?
Are you biracial, Ellie?
You got it. My mom's side is from Europe.
Oh, okay. Wait, why are you so into Hollywood then? Wouldn't it be more about, like... What's your fascination with Hollywood, though? I see.
It's not like that's a big deal.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, honestly, I guess you're right. So, you're an actress. What kind of shows have you been in? Yeah, what kind of shows?
What, are you serious? Are you telling me you've never seen Dandelion in Love? I'm getting really big these days.
I'll be honest, Itsuki doesn't watch TV. We already know that from the other girl. Sorry, I've never heard of it, but it must be an amazing show.
Of course it is, and it's exactly the breakout hit I need to become a huge star someday.
Okay.
What's your deal? Fine. You just watch. One day you won't be able to turn on the TV without seeing my face.
Okay, Ellie. Sure.
Yeah, I'll keep my fingers crossed for you.
Toma. He's definitely, he knows what's going on here.
And you can cut it out with that patronizing attitude. I'm not a fan.
I'm not trying to be patronizing, but that show of yours isn't really getting great ratings, and barely anyone's talking about it.
It's just getting started. It's foreshadowing for the big dramatic turnaround. Like in all the success story movies. You just don't get it. And are you new here too? My name's Tsubasa Ribe. It's a pleasure to be working with you, Miss Eleonora. Tsubasa, huh? You can call me Ellie too. That sounds more movie star-ish.
Huh. Oh, it looks like Maiko's getting some kind of call.
And that must be a new offer for me. Yes, I'll let her know. Thank you very much.
Is it for Ellie? She does say she's some kind of big movie star, and honestly I don't think she really is, but you never know, maybe it is some kind of thing for her.
So, what's the new gig? Well, it was a job offer for Memori.
Oh, the one girl. That's actually really good, actually. She was trying to get some new jobs. And she was trying to get into the music industry based on what we were listening to her earlier.
Well, never give up, Ellie. Tomorrow is another day.
Yeah, honestly, true.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, I just came back from a job anyways. Gotta get some rest first.
Huh. She has a good turnaround, I guess.
Guess our office is going to get a lot louder again.
Definitely seems that way. Chapter 2, head over heels for her. End. So we're all done with Chapter 2 now. And that means I actually found out how many chapters was in this game. And it actually caught me off guard. So I was able to get into Chapter 3. And I'll be honest, for some reason, I was actually three chapters in, or halfway into the game technically, because I found out there's only 6 chapters. So we're actually halfway into the game technically, after we finish Chapter 3, that is. So that's actually really close. But let's read off with the story again, since we do need to read through this before we can do anything else.
You've been doing great these days, Itsuki. Well, here's mission number 2. And this time the coach will be... Oh, curious. Do you want to know? But I'm afraid it's a secret. It's at the safe place at the last time.
Wait, what? It's at the same place. Oh, same place. I thought that's its safe place.
It's at the same place as the last time. Izumi Lesson Studio.
Okay, we already know where that is.
By the way, have you heard about Anzu? The Aperistoler in Hirajuka. Apparently, they have outfits that were used in TV shows and movies too. If you have time, you should take a look. The lesson can start anytime, so just come by whenever you feel ready.
Fight on. Okay, fight on indeed. Okay, so we're done here. Harajuka is now accessible on the Tokyo Access map. You know what? We'll actually check that out too. A topic from Tiki. What could it be about? Oh, I think this is the extra story. Yep, it is. Extra story Rolling Star. Do we have to read this? Okay, it does. We do have to.
Big brother, big brother.
What's up, Tiki?
Listen, I found something in the Bloom Palace. Could you come by when you have the moment?
Sure thing. I'll stop by later. The extra story is split into small chapters, then take place alongside the game's main side stories. In addition to showing new scenes from protagonists' lives and careers, they also allow you to obtain new skills and costumes, so you could pursue them whenever you get the chance. To begin an extra story, speak with Tiki and the Bloom Palace. Okay. We'll be doing that in the next episode, I'll be honest. And due to that being the case, I technically can't go into somewhere I want to actually go into. So since we can't actually talk to the Mirage that is Ellie's, we're actually going to go to Harajuka instead. Because if we go inside the inside Tiki's little area, it's actually going to block us from actually... because I want to use that in the next episode so we can get the full story for that. Because it's going to kind of explain what we're getting into. So we're going to leave that off for the next episode. And there's an Idolosphere here. What was that again? I know that's not like a normal Idolosphere. It's more of, like a side Idolosphere. It's like, you get prizes for doing it. Instead of, what you would normally get. But the reason why we went to Hirajuka is actually for, I believe it's this place. The Anzu shop here. So if you go inside here, you can actually buy some stuff here. So Anzu Tokyo is a shop that carries collectible goods from the entertainment industry, such as concert quality costumes. The shop also stocks a variety of posters, which can only be won through its lottery. Playing the lottery will cost a Melmark. Okay, so as of what we can see here, we can actually buy stuff. Although you're going to actually spend money here, you can actually buy some new costumes. And remember when I was saying that that costume that Tsubasa had was something that I was pretty sure you could actually get. And right here, as we can see, we can actually buy it. So we're going to buy that right now for $51,000, which, although it's a lot of money, it doesn't really bother me too much, since we actually can farm up money pretty easily through gold bars. And we can actually use the costumes from the It's a Kaiju story for Toma as well, which is kind of cool, but honestly, this costume's not my favorite. We'll definitely get something better in the future, so we'll actually be holding off on that. But we can get actually a costume for Kiria as well, but I'm not too sure if I want to use that one. You know what? Sure. You know what? Dominic Quain, buy it. It's a pretty good costume, honestly, and it kind of fits Kiria more than her normal costume, so let's buy that too, just to kind of get things rolling. And this is actually another place about this, another thing about this place. So the Anzu Lottery, you can actually use your Melmarks that you get through buying new things. And you can actually spend those Mel marks to get either posters, which are little collectibles, or you can also win costumes for Tiki, which are pretty cool because eventually you'll be able to use Tiki in battle. Although she's not going to be a normal unit, technically. She's going to be more of like, she'll join in during sessions, and she'll always be in the sessions. So you'll get free damage from her, basically. So, with that, I think we'll be ending off today's episode, since that's basically all we can really do for now, since I want to save the extra story stuff for the next episode, since I did promise that would be its own episode. So, thank you all for watching today's episode, and I'll be seeing you on the next one. Sorry if I kind of sounded a little off today. I did tell you that I do have a couple problems going on with school, and I also had I had a speech for my speech class, and I don't like doing speeches in general when it's off the cuff and you have to try and remember script off the top of your head. So honestly, that stuff happened, and I'm just trying to have a fun time and hang out with you guys, to be honest. So, thank you all for watching, have a wonderful rest of your day, and in the next one I promise I won't be as scatterbrained as I was in this one. Although I'm usually a little scatterbrained, let's be honest, but thank you all for watching today's episode, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out, boys and girls, and see y'all in the next one. Peace out. Hey boys and girls, thank you all for watching today's episode. If you liked what you saw today, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. And hit the bell notification down below. If you guys have any kind of suggestions for games, please put that in the comments down below as well. Thank you all for watching today's episode, and keep being spooky. Peace out, guys.